Mommy, this is what I hang out with my friends.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Fair Fitful Podcast. I'm Brandon Farino, and joined by me is my co-host Christian Dyer, Beto from Niner Sickness, Dion from Niner Gang Podcast, and we have a special guest in the house tonight. Christian, go ahead and introduce our guest tonight, please.
This is my buddy Drew. Lives out here in Utah with me, but he's from the Bay. So,
yes, sir.
How's it going, Drew? Thank you for joining us, man. You ready to talk Niner football?
I sure am, guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, so OTAs have started last week. The draft has passed. Everything's been going well. Let's get everybody's thoughts on what you guys have seen from OTAs so far, and what do you think is going to happen with Brandon Ayuk's contract situation, and how do you guys feel about Juwan Jennings' new contract deal? Dion, let's go with you first, man. We haven't heard from you in a really long time, so let's hear you from D.
All right, man. Appreciate that. So we'll go with OTAs first, and then I think we can all speak on all those other subjects individually. Manly Shavers, what's good with you? So for me personally, I think OTAs have been going very well. Looks like everything, all the reports seem to be good. The only person I see that they say that's been struggling is Tanner Mordecai, our UDFA quarterback that we got. But, I mean, that's not a big deal to me. He's basically the fourth quarterback anyway, so I'm not really worried about the practice squad guys struggling. That's not going to bother me any. Heard good things about Ricky Pearsall. Heard some, some good things just about the team in general. Kyle and everybody is in love with the fact that Nick was able to show up and be there for these voluntary things. The crazy part to me was the man said that the shit we were doing is light work compared to what he's doing back home. So that just tells you that he's a whole nother animal when it comes to his training and whatnot. So I think OTA so far, from what I hear, has been pretty good. I haven't heard anything, negative about it. And I mean, it's just OTAs. They're just out there in shorts and shirts, with helmets on and just moving around. So I can't really take a lot from OTAs. But for me, as far as right now, I think it's been going very well. And I hope that it continues. I hope when, mandatory OTAs come through, that everybody's able to show up. We probably won't see BA, but we all understand why. So, you know what? Let's kick it over to our guest. Drew, how you been feeling about the OTAs and what's been going on?
I don't take it super serious. Like you said, they're not even padded. It's very early. It's more, I feel like everyone's trying to introduce the new guys to the core. And one thing I thought was interesting was that rookie receiver Cowan. I saw that he was building rapport with Purdy as of late, and that he was hitting on some deep balls. I thought that was very interesting. I always think the Niners will go good on receivers, so I'm really not worried about that. I am worried that bringing in Pearsall and the few undrafted that we did, one of them is going to go. Is that Debo? Is that Ayuk? Or is it CMC? Are we not going to bring him back once his contract's up? You know what I mean? I don't know. I love BA, and I would probably take him over Debo because BA does not get hurt as much. I think with the weapons that we do have, Debo is the most replaceable because he's not a true one receiver, and I think we need that moving forward with Purdy.
Ooh, that's an interesting take. I got to step in. I don't
Before we
think
kick
we
it up to the next person really quick, I like what you said, but I'm going to give you a spoiler. Next year, we're going to have a ton of cap casualties. Because Brock's got to get paid.
Yes.
Let me explain something to you. Jacob Cowing is Debo's replacement.
I could see that.
Okay.
Nobody's going
Go ahead,
nowhere, bro.
Beto. I'll go into that later. I don't want to take up anybody else's time, but I'm telling you right now, Jacob Cowing is Debo's replacement. Because if you, long story short, if you pay Brandon Ayuk, you can't have him and Debo on the same squad and pay both of them. It does not
Absolutely,
work
you
like
can.
Okay, Beto, that's your opinion, but I'll tell you right now. Okay, look like this. Answer me this. Can you pay Brock Purdy, Debo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk?
Yes, sir.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can. Because we're not
Explain
looking
to
at
me.
the. We're not
Okay,
looking
tell
at
me
the,
this. How are you going to structure
I'm
Brock
trying
Purdy's
to.
contract? Because Brock ain't coming in for less than 50.
But see,
coming in
that's
for the bag.
That's where you're looking at it all wrong. You're looking at the big picture. You got to look at how it breaks down. You got to look what counts. What's the signing bonus? How many years is he going to sign for? Brock's going to sign for 5 years, so they're going to carry that signing bonus all into those 5 years. The main thing is what hurts us against the salary cap each and every year, not the amount. If he gets 50 million or 55, look at for example, Herbert's contract or Hurts. Excuse me, Jalen Hurts. The guy got a huge contract, but he only counts like 14 or 13 million against the cap every year. So a lot of people like to look at the 50 million or 34 million or the 20 million. Forget about that. Those are not real numbers. The real numbers is in the signing bonus and what's guaranteed. And what's guaranteed is broken up based on how many years you're signed in for. And your whole purpose is try to keep everything underneath the salary cap to more so. Is it ideal to keep all three? Probably not. But can they afford to do it? Absolutely.
You got a lot of faith in Parag and John, but I will say this. I do not believe they're going to be able to keep all three of those people together. I do think that they move on from Debo Samuel due to his injury history, just because you've got a guy like Jacob Cowing, and if Cowing can pick up the system well enough and impress Kyle enough to let him get some time on that field, and or if Debo goes down sometime this season and you see Cowing go out there and tear that shit up, I guarantee you they will offload Debo Samuel or they will trade him just strictly because you got to remember, I understand what you're saying about the cap and how everything is structured and what's really going to count against it. I hear you there. But at a bare minimum, Brock Purdy's going to count for roughly around a good $35 to $40 million in cap space every year.
No.
We don't have the money to throw around to everybody. Like I understand your confidence in Parag and John, but
no, it's just knowing the numbers. It's just knowing how the contract works.
But take into account, there's a good chance that Purdy's going to take a team-friendly contract. He has. No, I feel like he's more Brady mentality where he wants to win.
That's Christian. Hold on, that's the wrong word to use. Contract. It's not a team-friendly. It's an ideal contract that benefits the team and him. When you put it,
it'll be more.
It looks a little bit,
but it'll be more like I wouldn't be surprised if it's more like how Brady's contracts were structured.
Exactly.
But Brady wants to win willingly. You got to think about it like this.
I think Purdy will though. That's personality he's shown.
Let me give you a scenario. I'm a 7th round pick. I am Mr. Irrelevant. I go from that to the hottest guy on the fucking market. You know what my agent sees? Dollar signs. So who's negotiating my contract? My agent. I'm going to, I understand what you guys are saying about his character. His character fits what you state. I just don't believe that his agent is going to come in and say, hey, we'll take $35 million just so everybody can stay together. I don't
The
believe
agent has
that
to
go by
the agent is
what
going
Brock
to come
says.
in and allow him to get lowballed like that.
But it's
I
at
think
the end
his
of the day,
numbers
it's
are
up to
going to be
Brock.
unfortunately astronomical, and y'all going to be confused next year when we have some cap
See, but
casualties.
is it?
I
It
don't
might
think
not
it's
be
Brock
considered.
will get paid in the 50s, bro. Brock will get paid 50 or 55 million per year. There's no arguing that, and he's worth it, in my opinion. But it's the break of that. I want to see the whole contract once it's laid out to kind of get an idea how it's going to affect us going forward. Not just the number that pops up the day one where he gets 50 or 53 or 52. I want to look at the whole breakup of the contract and how it affects our structure and what we're trying to build here in San Francisco based on every player. And that will define whether we can keep players or not. Now, whether they keep Debo or not, it won't be because of financial standpoint. It'll be more because if Cowing does step up and become that receiver, now they have the leeway to get some draft capital for Debo. So I can see them moving on that way, but it's not because of the financial problem. They will not be forced to get rid of him for financial reasons.
Real quick, you guys, let's just say, because we going into this season, we are Super Bowl favorites once again, right? Let's just say we win the Super Bowl this year. Now that counts into Brock Purdy's contract as well, right?
Yep.
No, I don't think so.
That will balloon his numbers even more.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just like, so I get where Beto's coming from, because we have fortunately had a great run with structuring these contracts so we don't get kicked in the nuts.
Yes.
Those are 100% facts. I hear him on that. I'm just saying, from what I look at with the way that these guys are working, I don't see Brock going the Tom Brady route, because Tom Brady is literally the most grossly underpaid quarterback to ever touch a football. But he did that because he knew, if I eat up all the cap space, I can't keep Richard Seymour. We can't keep a Rodney Harrison. We can't keep a Ty Law. We can't keep a Julian Edelman. We can't keep a Danny Amendola or Gronk or Aaron Hernandez. RIP. But he knew that. And I'm not saying that Brock doesn't have that in him, but at the end of the day, the one thing that we have to understand is Jed gonna get paid regardless. He ain't worried about money. When you're a player, you have to get every dime you can out of these franchises.
True.
Because it will kick you to the curb with no hesitation and not think twice and replace you with someone younger and cheaper. So if I'm Brock and this is my first contract, look, man, I appreciate y'all wanting to keep people, bro, but I got to get paid too. I got a family. I got a life. I don't want to live with Nick Zakel forever.
Let's just see how this season goes before we worry about his contract.
$40 million
we live in
is going to move you
California,
out.
so the taxes are horrendous on top of the state taxes. So I already know that whatever I get, pretty much a good
40 plus million a year, bro. That'll move you out of Zakel's room. Trust me.
I say we just don't worry. We don't really worry about his contract this year because it doesn't affect this year. And offensively, we should be an absolute powerhouse offensively this year, on paper at least. So,
but my bad, we got off track with that. Beto, what did you think about OTAs? I'm so sorry.
No worries. It's a great topic.
It's a good topic.
I'm with Drew. I don't put no emphasis on OTAs, preseason games. I don't those games, especially without pads, bro. I mean, like running backs. How's the running back look? Running backs, you cannot evaluate running backs unless there's pads on. Give me a break.
Exactly.
If you want to look at how attractive they look with the muscles and everything, that's one thing. That's for a different type of fan base. But if you're looking at it from a football standpoint, you want to see these kids with pad. Now, what I like to see is who shows up, not because of what they do, is what is their mentality this year going into the season? Are they hungry enough? The whole Christian McCaffrey, I know he's getting married. and I'm not here to judge no one, but I like last year, everybody showed up to OTAs, whether they participated. That's not the ideal. It's showing up, showing support, showing commitment, and I like that. But OTAs, it looks good. There's some things to look at, but there's no. I mean, like Drew said, seeing Brock throw the ball deep to Colin and Colin catching it, it kind of gives you a glimpse of what the future may look like. But until they put on pads, that can be a whole different story. Nobody's tackling. Is Cal going to get? Is he going to be able to separate once the pads come on? We have to wait and see.
I mean, Danny Gray's gone with that draft pick because he had one of the fastest 40. He has one of the fastest 40 times, didn't he? Calling? Didn't he have one of the fastest 40 times
there?
I'll just tell you this: I won't be shocked if he makes the roster. I'm not saying he will,
because I think Gray will. I think he'll replace Gray.
Shocked.
I think Cowling will replace Gray because Cowling is going to be the guy that's going to go deep because it's what he did in college. And he's a better route runner than Gray. Better hands.
He doesn't have to replace Colin because you need 6 receivers, right? So name your 6 receivers.
So you'll have
Ayuk, Jennings, Ayuk.
So you got Jennings at the top 3.
So yeah, and then you got
Pearsall. He's the first pick.
Calling.
So
he's 4.
Calling and Bell.
Exactly.
Ronnie Bell.
I agree with those.
So the ones you'll be competing is more like the vet. What's his name? Number 84. I can't think of his name right now.
Conley.
Chris Conley.
Conley
might be out. Man on the practice squad. They'll call him up if they need him.
Owens might be out.
Tariq. I don't see Tariq making the team.
No,
he's not his dad
because of his dad. But
practice squad. The reason he's here is because of his father.
Yeah,
he doesn't have his dad's speed or power, though.
He doesn't have anything with his father.
His dad's a Super Bowl or a winner, or dad's this or that. It doesn't matter. Sometimes the sons are better than the dad. Look at Peyton Manning was better than Archie Manning. And
but this is not going to happen.
Better than him.
Hey, Beto, he's not going to be better than the second greatest receiver of all time. I'm sorry, that's just not.
Oh no,
just like
no, absolutely not.
It's Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens, like.
And it's okay if he goes to the practice squad. It's okay if he gets there, and he'll go there. Yeah. But I see Parcell and Cowan making the draft. So that was 4, 5. So actually, the whole 6. Complete bat 6.
6.
Is it?
We said 6.
Ronnie Bell as well.
We have BA. We got IU. Well, no, I'm sorry, BA. We got Debo. We have Jennings. We have Pearsall. We have Cowing, and we have Ronnie Bell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I'm saying is. What I'm trying to get at is the battle is going to be for number 6 only. Receivers are going to be battling for the 6th spot. 5 already covered, unless they totally blow it. So that one spot is going to be hard to fight for.
We got 2 of those guys that might be able to return punts too, between Pearsall and Calling too. So I'm sure I would assume one of them are going to.
What I like from Pearsall,
Pearsall's not playing special teams, bro.
Pearsall's body control is insane.
I think he's going to play return punts.
He's got some real good, you have those receivers out there, man, that don't, when they catch the ball, they just catch the ball. No, this dude, his body, I've watched some tape on him more recently. His body control is out of this world. That is fantastic.
When you're a white receiver, you have to.
But no, there's wide receivers out there that don't have tremendous body control. What the fuck is you talking about?
Not many receivers, dude. All of the good wide receivers have good body control. Edelman was the last one that was a great wide receiver. He had amazing body control.
Yeah, but there's still good receivers that don't have amazing body control. What are you talking about?
Like great, like the ones that.
I said good. I ain't say great. I said good.
Okay, I mean, Thielen has good body control, and he was one of the better white receivers
for a few years.
So I'm just saying, like the good white receivers, the ones that actually stand out and their name in the NFL, they all have good body control.
True, I get you that. But what did you think about OTAs, Christian?
Not much. I don't really pay any attention to it. It doesn't really mean anything. So, I mean, I liked hearing that. The only thing I liked hearing was Calling getting some looks. Like I like that because he was the top receiver I think at Arizona or whatever. He Had a pretty good career there.
Hey, he showed up and showed out, man. I ain't never seen media react like that in my life. He went ape shit.
Hey,
shout out media.
But I was watching some of his tape, and I like the way he moves in the open field, right? And he's got good, good vision and stuff. So
he reminds me
he doesn't have to
Smith.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be completely like a deep threat. We can throw him the ball over the middle, and he can take the ball and make something happen, which we've been missing. We've been missing that a little bit. Other than when Debo gets the ball in the middle, something happening. We need a guy that's a little more shifty and not going to just run you over. Because Debo's going to run you over, right? So people are scared to tackle him.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see somebody with some speed over the middle a little bit. Now we got two guys that can do that with Pearsall and Calling, and I mean they've been friends for a long time too. So there's like that connection with those two rookies is pretty cool. So I like some of that. I mean, there's really not much to look into OTAs. It doesn't. Until training camp starts, it's nothing really exciting, I would say.
There you go.
Yeah, let's talk about Garendo. I thought that was a good pick in the draft. He has that speed as well. Notice Niners went after speed too in this draft. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Because I know we haven't talked about the draft at all, but kind of not too much about the draft, but I mean, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on these players that we got from the draft and everything. And you think they'll make the team, and you think say Grendo makes the active roster, and who does he replace in the running back core?
Yeah, let's start it off with Drew again. What you got for that, Drew?
Well, first off, one guy that I feel I'm high on. I'm interested to see what happens closer to the season is Pline, the tight end that we got.
Okay.
He's a big body, so I'm interested to see how his hands are. He's always going to help out in the blocking game. So if we're running more than one tight end on the field, maybe that'll free up Kittle to do more of what he does best, which is the yak. I think we've lacked a lot in the tight end number 2 spot for a few seasons ever since we lost. I remember the backup we had a few years ago. We had a really solid one, and it was the year we went pretty far with Garoppolo and to the Super Bowl. A lot of two tight end stuff. But also, I think that this isn't really the draft per se, because I didn't love the draft, to be honest. I have been heavy into I think we need to get better offensive linemen. I just don't think we get the job done there. And that was my big key in this year's draft was who are we going to get out there instead of what's his name? See, that's how bad he is. I don't remember his name.
McKivitz. Colton McKivitz.
Yes, McKivitz. God, I'm so sick of watching McKivitz, dude. He is a killer. He's a killer, dude.
He's actually not as bad as a lot of people think he is, but I'll let you make your point.
Except he cost us the Super Bowl, Beto, but he only cost us the Super Bowl.
Or McGlinchey?
McGlinchey probably would have blocked long enough for us to win the Super Bowl.
No, I'd rather have McKivitz over McGlinchey any day because of the money.
I feel like McKivitz is good in the run game.
McKivitz is a damn good run blocker. I mean,
no, I'm talking about the money wise.
Okay. Also, I think that this is just to the OTAs thing. I wanted to hit on this. One thing I really liked, Bosa showed up. I think Bosa needs to have a rebound year. He was a non-existent factor in our playoff run. What did he do? He's supposed to be a game wrecker, a game changer. We paid you to do that, and you were non-existent the entire playoff run, in my opinion. So I hope that now that he got his contract, he can get back to doing what he does. He shows up like he did to OTAs. I think he maybe is trying to show like, hey, I'm about the business. I'm ready to get back to what I did and be a fucking force, man. I also think that linebacker we drafted last year, 51. What is his name?
Winters?
Or Jalen Graham?
Are you talking about Jalen Graham?
Jalen Graham. I want to see more of him.
Graham. Okay.
But honestly, as far as the draft goes, I don't have a lot. I was not very thrilled with it.
Okay. So for me, when it came to the draft, I was honestly surprised by the Pearsall pick. I did not expect that.
Me too.
I was like, huh? But hey, they always do some off the wall shit. The other guys we drafted, I like Renardo Green. Love what he has. My favorite draft pick is Dominic Pooney. I think he's going to be a force on that offensive line. I think he steals that right guard spot from even Feliciano. I don't think they're going to allow him to be there. Malik Mustafa is not bad. Love what County brings. Jared Kingston, the offensive lineman. Not really sure if he's even going to make the squad. Bethune, the linebacker from FSU. We'll see what happens. Be honest with you, the only disappointment for me is the fact that we drafted a fucking running back. Y'all know how I feel, and I have my facts, and my facts are not lies. And I know it's gonna upset Christian, but it's the truth of the shit. Every time we draft a motherfucking running back, they always fail. And though Christian doesn't like when I say that, I'm hitting him with other facts. There's nothing you can do about that. These motherfuckers don't work. I love what Isaac Guerrero is. I've seen his tape. That kid is going to be an amazing running back.
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to be here because we have a head coach who has tunnel vision and doesn't see anyone outside of Christian motherfucking McCaffrey. So who could he unsee? I mean, we should have been cut Elijah Mitchell. He can't stay healthy to save his life. Honestly, I think you're talking about the three running backs that we keep. It should be Guerrero, CMC, and Jordan Mason. I think that's a great triple threat in the backfield. Mason is your banger. Guerrero is your home run hitter. And CMC is your do-it-all guy. So you have all elements. But honestly, I'm looking at the history, and I know that people don't like that. But at the end of the day, the history is going to tell you what the fuck happens in the future. And unfortunately, history, when it comes to drafted running backs, while Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have been here, has repeated itself. Every year we draft them, every year they're gone. So while people may want to retort and debate that, there is no debate because I'm hitting you with what the fuck happened. This is truth. So at the end of the day, do I want Guerrero on the field? Would I love to see us have an actual two-back field where you have Guerrero and CMC on the field? Yeah. But I have a head coach who can't get his head out of his ass and is in love with CMC, so he barely spells him. He doesn't decide to say, hey, man, it's okay to take a play off, guy. We got other guys that can do some shit. And I feel bad for the kid. I don't know if he's going to get any playing time. And I don't want it to be another situation where we have another guy that we drafted and we just wasted another pick on a dude. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
This one's different.
Well, we don't know if he's different.
No,
we hope he'll be different.
He was
different. Okay. I've explained this already before.
Christ was different. All these guys were so-called difference makers.
I explained.
They never got on the field.
I explained this to you already, Dion, plenty of times.
And I've explained this to you. You're never going to get me to agree to what you think.
In football
and I'm
terms.
not going to get you to agree to what I think. That's an agree to disagree. At the end of the day,
when
I have the facts.
Okay. I'm going to give you football facts then. Ready? When McCaffrey's in, the defense doesn't know if we're going to run the ball, if we're going to pass the ball, because McCaffrey can be used in the pass game. He can also be used in the run game. When Mitchell's in, fuck, Niners are running. Play the run. Shit, they didn't get nowhere. Jordan Mason's in. Fuck, play the run. He can't catch the ball either. Fucking, they're going to run. Okay, so let's draft a guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield, gets the ball security, and can break one easily, and is a freaking absolute tank with some insane speed for the size. So he can do what the other running backs that the backup McCaffrey can't do. I don't know. What is that? Catch the ball out of the backfield. So what does that mean? Guerrero's there. We're not going to play the run because they might actually throw the ball. So we can't just guess what they're going to do and most of the time be right. Yeah, it's fucking different because every single time last season that Mitchell was in, defenses played the run. Guess what? It didn't fucking work. Why do you think fucking against the Bengals, the game I was at, when we had a chance to come back and we throw a freaking interception in the red zone. Why? Because the play got blown up because it was a run play, and it got blown up because it was Mitchell was in, and they're like, oh, they're running it because Mitchell's in. Did it work? No, because we don't have running backs in there that they're afraid to be used in the pass game, because the only running back we had on the team last year that can catch the ball out of the backfield was McCaffrey. So we added another running back who can also catch the fucking ball. Because if you're going to have your fucking backups go in there, if your backups are going to go in there and then they're going to automatically think they're getting the ball, that's not good. That is never good.
Last year in training camp that they were training all of the backs to do everything CMC could do when he's out.
Yeah, but some of them just can't. Some of them naturally don't catch the ball.
Hold on. They stated purposely they were training all these running backs to do everything CMC could do. So that when CMC comes out, we don't skip a beat and we don't change the play. Here's the problem with that. Your head coach seems to not believe that. So why would you therefore come out and tell everybody all these backs are going to be able to do every single thing? So when they come in and spell him for any reason, we don't need to change the play. But the head coach seems to say that and then turn around on the field and then not do that. So you don't get the opportunity to try to catch the ball out of the backfield. And Mitchell is not a bad pass catcher. He ain't great, but he ain't horrible. Mitchell can catch the ball out of the backfield. But you
just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he can't. I know that. I agree with you. He can't. But Mitchell could be a dual threat guy if he could stay healthy. But when he was in there, what did Kyle do? He used him like that. Elijah Mitchell was healthy all fucking playoffs. How many times did we see him on the field? We barely saw him. And when Mitchell is healthy, that man averages 6 yards a fucking carry. So excuse the fuck out of me if I'm confused on why my head coach said one thing, but then turned around and did another. And this is why I have a problem with him. You can't stop giving him excuses, man.
Dude, you have to do it based on the players you have. He can't call a play and make it magically fucking happen because he called it. Fucking players have to execute. If he doesn't think they're going to execute, he's not going to do it.
You got to call the play that warrants your running back to be a receiver at some point.
If he doesn't feel they can do it, he's not going to call it.
If they can't catch the ball, it's useless.
All of it was.
If they can't catch the ball or they can't pass protect, he's not going to do it.
They didn't give him the opportunity. So how the fuck you gonna say?
Because he didn't believe they could do it. He obviously saw something in practice and he didn't believe they could do it, so he didn't do it.
Okay, well then why the fuck you gonna come out?
I don't know more than Kyle Shanahan when it comes to that.
These guys are supposed to be different. At the end of the day, I'm sorry.
Because this guy we drafted tape shows
with those dudes. When it comes to running backs, I don't trust him because he's tunnel vision with Christian McCaffrey.
When Garando takes that screen for 80 yards later this year,
you find me.
Deion's going to be fucking just all over it. He's like, "You're right, Christian. You're right. You're right."
Somebody's going to be holding receipts.
Oh
yeah!
Well, please hold that receipt because I guarantee you, if it don't happen, I'll be right here in your ass.
Hey, I think Garando is going to get used a lot more than these other running backs that we've drafted in the past years have.
Yeah,
I think Kyle sees the. Hey,
from the past, I think it remains to be seen.
I think Kyle.
I'm not holding nothing on that.
I think Kyle sees a little bit of Moser in him. To be honest,
he's bigger and stronger though.
Look, I don't ever want to hear what Kyle sees because Kyle had a chance to draft a quarterback in 2017. This motherfucker said he saw something in C.J. Beathard, but had the nerve not to study the top QBs in the draft. But C.J. Beathard caught your eye.
Deon.
Because none of those quarterbacks were known. Nobody knew what they were going to become.
When the Niners hired Shanahan, who was in the Super Bowl? Kyle was as an offensive coordinator, right? He came into the Niners late. He had to pick his coaches. He had to put his roster together. His coaching. He didn't have the opportunity to really evaluate quarterbacks that year. So I give him a pass in 2017 because he came in late. 2018 maybe things are different, but he's not going to be looking at them all. And he came in Everybody has come in with an idea of
Y'all
what a
keep giving
structure of
Kyle
what they
a
want
pass.
to do.
I don't give him a pass.
His
for
structure,
shit.
well, it's because, and again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. We can't be within our feelings. I didn't say you. We can't be in our feelings about situations.
I just think that anybody coming in, when you become a head coach, you're obviously coming into a shitty situation.
Correct.
It's very rare that you walk into a head coaching job and shit's pretty set for you. In this instance, all I'm saying is, with everything that you just named that he had to do, you mean to tell me not one iota of time went to studying quarterbacks, but you found the time?
He was trying to find coaches.
Study CJ Beathard? Come on, bro.
I don't think he studied Beathard. I think he just took a flyer on Beathard. Let's be honest.
Motherfucker said he saw something in him.
Okay.
So randomly see something in a guy.
So you choose to believe
like,
Shanahan on some things he says and some other things he says you don't believe. What is it? Either you believe his ass or you don't.
I'm confused.
You can't pick and choose what you believe.
I don't know. You said you believe.
What I think is funny is holding any drafting on anybody, because draft is a crapshoot. Like
yes.
The percentages show it's a crapshoot.
Those just tell
Like,
those are the same.
Dude,
Mahomes
wasn't rated high.
On Brock Purdy.
Mahomes wasn't rated high
on his second year. Would you put that money down?
Yeah. We didn't know how Mahomes was going to be.
Mahomes wasn't even rated high. They were saying he was
pretty much had won 2 championships back to back. We kind of knew what he was at, but Mahomes really.
Hey,
yeah.
at the end of the day, any head coach coming into a new situation without a quarterback in place, knowing they're going to let the current quarterback that is here go, would find themselves a quarterback, because that's how you usually start your franchise.
Yeah, I guess what's going to happen. Hold on. But guess what happened?
We were told not to draft, and who got drafted on the fact that he was a fucking Stanford Cardinal. So come on, people. Come on.
Guess what happens when you draft?
What are we doing?
You come your first year as a new head coach and you draft a quarterback and he stinks. You get fired the next year. That's why he didn't draft a quarterback.
Kyle didn't get fired for drafting Trey Lance and fucking off all them picks.
That's because we were still good.
He already had a
that was a rare occasion. That was a rare occasion where we still made the Super Bowl after making that.
Why wouldn't 2017 would tell us different?
Okay, Dion, you said earlier that no coaches come into great situations.
Yeah, we were trash.
Into bad situations.
We were trash.
Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch came in 2017. Remember, when Harbaugh came in, he took over a hell of a good roster and got him to the NFC Championship and a Super Bowl appearance. When Shanahan came in, he totally blew everything up, kept maybe 3 players from the old roster, built the shit up, and got to 2 Super Bowls and 3 NFC Championships. Yes, we didn't win, and that sucks. But you don't go to building a team and then within 5 years you appear in 2 Super Bowls and 3 NFC championships. That's one hell of a job between those 2. Whether you like Kyle or not. A lot of coaches don't do that. Look at Dallas. Dallas can't even sniff a freaking NFC championship game.
They're the Cowboys. I mean, there's nothing that's to be said.
No, I hear you, but there's other teams they can't sniff. So I understand Kyle made some bad choices, and let's blame Kyle on a lot of things. I'm not saying Kyle is unblameable. He is blamable of a lot of shit. But you got to give credit to, at least people should. You come in, you start a new team, and then within your first 5 years, you make it to 2 Super Bowls and 5 NFC championship titles with only 3 of the previous roster, and you build that shit from the floor up. That is hard to do. That within itself, whether you like the coach or not, is an accomplishment. Would have been nicer if they would have won a Super Bowl. Yes.
I just need him to accomplish the final fucking thing and get the job done.
We still need to win, and that's the problem.
If we wind up against Patrick Mahomes again, I might as well go to Vegas and bet my money on the Chiefs, because he can't seem to beat him regular season or playoffs. We all know how that
is.
I'm calling it.
Yeah. It has been kind of shitty that we have to go against the team that gets the refs side every time in the Super Bowl. That's for damn sure. You know what's funny? I know everybody call me conspiracy theorist, but the one time Mahomes went up against a guy that's going to get the refs love more than he is, he lost.
Oh,
the only guy the refs would side over on Mahomes was Brady, and he lost to Brady.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got help. He got ref help to help him beat the Eagles. He's got ref help to help us beat us twice in different circumstances. the first 2019 being way worse, but still, like, two seasons, two Super Bowls.
I will never give that up. 2019 is on Kyle because we ran that
Super
ball
Bowl
all playoff season long, and this motherfucker decided to start throwing the ball with Jimmy Garoppolo of all people.
Yeah,
in the damn Super Bowl.
They were putting 8 in the box, bro.
Now look where he
is. I don't care. Tell me this.
Again,
they couldn't stop the run.
Chiefs players came out and said straight up, I'm glad they stopped running. They said this after the game.
They did.
Who cares what they say?
So I know, but I'm telling you, you stop giving this thing a pass. Kyle fucked up
no.
in that game.
We should have kept running. We should have kept running.
I don't give a fuck how many you could throw 30 in the box. I'm running most down your throat. That man came off a hell of an NFC Championship game. He won it single-handedly. So why, therefore, would I not use that guy? I'm running this ball down your throat whether you like it or not. I'm eating that clock.
Did we run more the second time when we had McCaffrey?
He stopped running. He stopped running the ball with McCaffrey because he fumbled it in the first quarter.
Well, that's because McCaffrey fumbled the ball. But that's not Kyle.
That's the reason why he
stopped running. The plays. What do you mean that's not him?
Oh, so he
equate that to him.
Okay. So the play was give the ball to McCaffrey. McCaffrey, you make sure you fumble it at this point. That was the play that Shannon called?
No, you're being cynical, man.
No, I'm being honest.
By that, bro. Come on now.
Shit happens.
But shit.
There's
okay, but
luck
shit happening
in the Super Bowl
doesn't mean that it's okay. It's not to be condoned.
Time out. Hey, just
that's why he stopped running because he didn't like it.
Go back and watch that Super Bowl.
I did.
Yeah, the last run we had.
And watch all 22. It's even worse.
Hold on. The last run that we had was a 5-yard gain. That if he breaks that arm tackle, right? If he doesn't get tackled and breaks it, it's an 8-yard touchdown. We win. Then we don't. It was that close that there was enough room that it would have been an 80-yard touchdown. And then we didn't run the ball in it at all the rest of the game. I don't care if they were stuck in the box. There was runs to be had, and we stopped running the ball.
That comment right there. That comment.
Well, it's bad luck for Greenlaw. But how did Feliciano?
Because he went down, and we didn't have a right.
Yeah, he was playing better. He was playing better.
You remember that play? You remember what happened, right, Beto?
I got you. I forgot he got hurt. I forgot.
He got hurt.
That killed it. But Greenlaw sucked the win.
And Burford came in.
To Juwan Jennings.
And Burford blew the call on.
Oh my God! He didn't even know the fuck he was blocking.
Yeah, I got you.
Come on, bro. You know you
from that perspective, Kenny, I got you.
Greenlaw's injury sucked the win.
I forgot he got hurt too.
The defense lost their heart and soul with Greenlaw.
Kelsey couldn't do shit while Greenlaw was in there until Greenlaw got hurt.
And that was another thing that the Chiefs players did. They caught them on the sidelines rejoicing when Greenlaw couldn't come back. They're like, "Woo, 57 gone. Thank God." Because that's a hurtful to go nowhere.
And I'm telling you, dude, we're snake bitten. We have some bad luck, man. Because I mean, that's last two Super Bowls are bad.
But that you can't put on Kyle, bro.
No.
Did Greenlaw going down? You can't help. You can't do anything.
Neither Feliciano either.
The only thing I'll say is
that muff punt.
Burford should have prepared himself a lot.
So can we all agree on this?
Instead of fucking himself on that,
Burford screwed up, right? Can we all agree on that?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so what did Kyle do? What did Kyle do? He upgraded by getting Pooney. So he's trying to fix shit up.
Now, Pooney is about to shock all these.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's Kyle's decision, though.
No,
so Kyle's trying to improve.
But the thing is,
what's up, David?
My retort to that would be, why did we take so long to address our O-line? I agree with Drew. I'm with Drew on that 1,000%. That has been something that we have neglected. Now I'm gonna ask you something real quick, Beto, because I really want your opinion on this.
All right.
Chris Forster, in his most recent interview, seemed to be of the mindset that we can have one or two all-stars, but we can do with anybody. I don't like that. I don't want to keep putting together a ragtag group of guys for my offensive line when I got to protect my quarterback. I'm a little sketchy about that. How did you feel about that? it just was a little off to me that he kind of alluded to the fact that we could do things with just anybody.
I actually agree with that statement, and I'm not trying to be, like always.
No. I want to know.
Listen, it is nice to have an offensive line that can protect. It is nice to have a good right guard and a right tackle. That's all beautiful, but you got to look at it with everything within the structure of the salary cap. If you have top paying guards and top paying tackles, you don't have your Kittles. You don't have your Fred Warners. There's certain players you don't have certain players on the defense if you have top money allocated to the offense. So you got to look at, okay, we're putting a lot of money on the left tackle, and because we have the Debo and we're going to have the Ayuk and we have the Fred Warner, the Nick Bosa's and all these players, now we have to go with some not great offensive players, but reasonable with financial structure of the salary cap, and we got to do the best of it. If money wasn't an issue like before the salary cap, none of us will be arguing about the offensive line. We will have the best. It's not like Kyle. I don't want a good right tackle. I want a shitty one. He's not coming from that prospect. He just can't afford one because he needs to allocate the money somewhere else. But if money was no option, I guarantee you, every team will have the best lineman up protecting. So you got to look at where can you allocate your money at. Now, they are firm believers on the defensive line, much more than they are on the offensive line. So they do put their money there, not so much on the offensive line. Go ahead.
No, you make sense. You make sense. And then because you look at the way that they drafted this year, they drafted as to build a team around the fact that our offensive line is a weakness. So we got speed, because how do you fix the fact that you have a bad offensive line?
Yes.
You get speed. You also quarterback the extreme quick and really quick at processing. So
receivers
we're going to get speed.
Boom. Let's go. Get the
ball out and let them make a play. Get running backs. Get a fast running back that can make a play.
That helps out offensive linemen. You're right, Christian.
Yes. Yeah, that's
I got you.
The fact that they felt that we can't fix the offensive line. The fact that we can't fix the offensive line.
Dion. You're my boy, Dion. We're gonna barbecue one of these days, bro.
Because it is expensive to fix the offensive line, and obviously they didn't feel comfortable drafting. They didn't feel comfortable drafting guys high. I don't know why. They just didn't. I can't argue that. At the same time, and then referring to the draft, that's why I liked this draft. At first, I was upset because we weren't getting offensive line, but when I looked at the guys we drafted and understood why we did,
offensive line, but not the way we think they were going to fix it.
I like it. I understand the Pearsall pick. I love the Green pick. I think he's going to be one of the best.
I think he's going to ball. I think
we got an absolute steal. I think we got a steal. I think we got a steal with the safety, Mustafa.
Oh yeah, I think we got a steal. FSU because Dion was there. I literally only watched because of that.
FSU got a steal with the wrong wall right there
with the Wake Forest safety. I mean, that guy's freaking Deshaun Goldson all day.
Oh yeah.
Malik,
all day.
The best pick in my opinion is Malik Mustafa. I think this kid is going to be
safety.
Oh my goodness, he's going to be special. This kid is built.
No penalties his whole time at Wake Forest.
Yeah, bro. He's long as he can stay healthy. This guy's going to be a freaking all-pro soon. Now we have to see it. You know me. I have to see it first before I start pinning any type of accolades to anybody. I got to see you prove yourself in a year. You might have the potential, but unless I see it, I don't give no credit to anyone. Like the running back. I hope he has a great year. I hope he's the guy that Shannon has been waiting for to back up Christian McCaffrey, but I have to see it. And with Dion, and we don't agree on a lot of things, but I do agree on this. The history has shown, based on the style of running backs that he has drafted in the past, it's hard to depend or believe Kyle in anything. And that's why it's hard to believe in this new kid because of the history. Maybe that changes this year, but until I see it,
that's what I was saying.
I can guarantee you, until Dion sees it, he ain't believing shit.
I really can't. And I'm going to tell you, I caught you slipping, Beth, though. You contradicted yourself here.
I know. Shut up.
Okay. But, Drew, tell me this, man. Because we've been talking and you've been a little quiet, man. I need some info.
Yes, Drew.
I need two things from you. What is our strongest position group, and who is your favorite player on the Niners currently? Not all time, just currently. Who's that guy?
All right, Drew, before you answer, just real quick, I wanted to point this out. But Drew low-key looks like CMC. I'm sorry, but I've been wanting to say it all show, but he low-key does.
I can see it. I can see it. Hey, man, look, go to the wedding. His wife is fine. Go to the wedding.
Yep.
You met Drew's wife?
No, I said, see, he said he looked like CMC. I said, go to the wedding.
I want you to speak to her. I know.
So, God damn it.
Hey, all
right, go ahead, Drew.
I want you to answer that quick, Drew, but real quick, after that question, who out of all the players, who has the most finest wife? That's a great question to ask after, though. Go ahead, Drew.
Hey, we got to touch on that one because I'm gonna tell you right now, Fred Warner, she's
kind of hot. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with CMC.
Okay.
I use Check's girl's pretty good looking, but she's just too skinny for me.
I like this guy already.
All right.
He wants a meet on it.
He said the magic words. She's too skinny.
Right, exactly.
He said the magic words. Drew, you already a great guy in my book, man. Love it.
Appreciate it. George Kittle's girl looks like she's way too tall. Just because I'm a shorter guy, so
she's almost tall as him. You're down. Yeah, she's tall.
She's tall.
Yeah.
5'10" or 6.
I seen her barefooted standing next to Kittle, and she's like this small, little bit shorter than him. I'm like, God dang.
Oh yeah, that's a tall woman.
Or no, she might be even over 6. She played basketball at Iowa, so
yeah, she did.
So she got to be at least 6 feet at a minimum.
I'll take any girl that Bosa dates.
Nah, I don't want none that Bosa dates.
You don't think so?
No, he makes
I
bad
can't imagine
decisions.
Bosa dating anybody ugly, bro.
Okay, now listen to me. His last girl, she was top heavy. That's all she was. She
Really?
ain't had no ass.
I don't know what she looks like, so
I saw her on Instagram and I saw her on Twitter.
She looked like what's her name?
Wait, who?
Oh my god,
Embo.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
Top heavy.
top heavy. That's it. Ain't nothing. Ain't wasn't nothing. And then the sad part was she was racist too.
Oh shit.
He had to get rid of her. He had to. She was doing some shit, and Bosa was like, "Yeah, I can't. Look, I already had my issues in the beginning. I'm not fucking around with this. You got to go." But
put that one on there, Brandon. Me and Dion, we agree with Manley or the one Fred Woman's lady, man. She didn't even look fine pregnant.
Hey, Fred got a good one.
Warner's lady is.
Did you guys know she was on?
Gorgeous.
You know that she was actually one of the contestants on what do you call that? The Bachelorette.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. She got kicked to the
So wait a
curb.
minute. Back to Drew. Wait, hold on. We got to get back to Drew. So he gave us CMC, and then who's our strong? What is our strongest position group? You think?
That's a tough one. I'm going either obviously now the receiving core, but also I want to say linebacking core when Greenlaw's on that field. You know, between the two out of your 3 being that good, how could you argue that? I don't know. Those are my 2.
I like it, man. I like it. That is fantastic. See,
I think our secondary is.
I'm a Huff guy. I can't wait for him to get back on.
You're going to take the secondary, bro. That's why he's.
I love Huff.
I so do I.
Dude. And I think once he gets back on the field, I think him and Jair, we gonna wreck some shot, boy. They coming across the middle of that field, we're gonna go back to that being called the kill zone. When we had Goldson and Hittner, yeah, people wouldn't come across that middle. They didn't want to die. It was that those were painful hits. Mm-hmm. But I'll ask you another question, because I put this poll up on Twitter, and about a good 56-57% of people, agree with what I was saying.
You see what Joey wrote?
What?
Brandon left. Now I like the video.
Wow. Shit for that. Joey's a whole asshole.
I'm sorry, dude.
I want to ask you
dude.
this. if we get to another Super Bowl and we don't win, do we keep Kyle? That'll be 3
Dion,
L's.
Dion, I still haven't got over this other one.
Let me ask him. Just let me out. I just want to know his answer. That's all. Relax. I know that's your coach and you love him. Give me a sec. I just want to know. What would you think? That's 3 L's.
Would you fire him, Drew, or would you keep him?
That's a tough one, and I'll say why. Coming from where we've had coaches in the past, Tom Sula, Chip
Preach
Kelly,
it, brother. Secretary Mike Nolan.
Yeah, we have a very, very good quarterback or offensive-minded coach. I think he gets into his own ego sometimes with his play calling.
But the best of them do.
Yeah, and they all do, exactly. And I think if we go and lose again, if there is an option that is better, most definitely. But I just don't see there being a better coach out there, honestly.
Preach it, Drew.
I don't know. I would hate to lose him.
Valid points, bro. Because there isn't, unless you bring in Andy Reid.
I respect it. I respect it. I'm not trying to sway his decision. I wanted to know what he thought.
No, you wanted his answer. I got you.
I truthfully just wanted his answer because everybody, if you ain't seen me, Drew, everybody knows I don't like Kyle Shanahan. I don't. I understand the winning and all that shit, but I see everything as a whole. A lot of people will see the winning and that we're continually contending and all of those things. For me personally, I just don't like the fact that when we get to the big one, he's falling apart, and it's driving me insane because when you think about it, we started out as a franchise 5-0 in Super Bowls. We are now 0-3. Yeah. 2 of those are on Kyle. One's on Harbaugh. But it kills me inside as a fan because I don't want to see us make it that far only to lose.
Most definitely. It sucks.
Like that's the hard part. Everybody's like, well, you don't want to see us make the playoffs? I'm like, no, I want us to be the playoffs. I want us to be contenders. I want us to be in the mix, but we got to get the fucking job done at some point. I don't want to continually watch him stand on the sideline with that dumbass grimace on his face and he's taking another L. Kyle Shanahan is literally the opposite of his father. His father won 1 Super Bowl as a coordinator for us, and he won 2 Super Bowls as a head coach. Kyle was literally his president and lost 1 and lost 2. Like it kills me, man. It hurts me, bro. It really hurts me to the core because I really love this team, and it just drives me absolutely insane that he gets there and the job just never gets done, man. And
hey, just real quick.
It's just, I swear to God, it's literally just been, it's been some bad decisions, but God, it's been some bad luck in both Super Bowls. Some bad
I don't care about
luck.
Luck don't mean shit. Luck ain't a
hey, just real quick.
The muff punt.
Speak
that doesn't
up,
happen.
Brandon.
The Chiefs.
Just real quick.
Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
Fuck Joey. Okay, was gonna put that out there. Fuck Joey. I hope he goes and burns in hell. Okay.
Number one. Hey, tell him, Brandon. Brandon, tell him number one keyboard warrior out there.
Oh my God!
Hey, talk shit behind the
Joey
keyboard, but
out, bro.
can't say shit on when he's on live.
I met Joey on video, and he was totally the opposite of
Joey.
the dude
Quiet as a mouse.
Shit.
Got him on video.
I'm like,
when
holy
he in them
shit.
comments,
one more time,
bro. He's a whole thug.
Fuck Joey.
I thought I was going to meet the Fawns, and I met freaking Howard Cunningham.
Shit, dude.
Shit.
Oh my God!
No offense, Joey.
All right, so look,
Joey's
let's do this.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's do this. Let's play with
Let's
the
dance on the dance floor.
Bit. I'm gonna ask everybody, and I'm gonna start with Brandon.
Stop it, Joey. Stop it, Joey.
See, I don't need sound effects. I do that on my own.
That scares me, bro. That scares me that you can do that.
So we're gonna start with Brandon. I need you to put together our starting offensive line.
Right now, Brandon.
Put together our starting offensive line.
Mm-hmm. It should be easy.
He don't know. He's looking at the internet.
Stop
looking.
We got Williams.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Banks.
Banks.
No,
yes.
don't help him.
Yeah,
Force him
Banks.
to
No,
know. We
left
gotta
guard
know.
Banks. Okay, we got big boy Banks. Then we got Brindle,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going with Pooney right there on the right guard,
Okay.
and I think I'm sticking with piece of shit McKivitz.
I want
Okay.
to say Feliciano.
What about you, Christian? Who's our offensive one?
Or you're calling out the. Okay, I got this.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
fun, I'll say that.
Fuck
I'll
you,
say
Joey.
all the same. I'll say the same as Brandon, but I'll put try out Feliciano at right guard or right tackle because McKivitz is trash,
Ooh, let me go next.
and he's a swing
Okay.
guy, so you never know.
All right, so Trevor Williams,
Yeah, Beto.
Aaron Banks,
Mm-hmm.
Feliciano at center, Pooney at right guard, and then McKivitz at right tackle. That's my lineup.
Ooh, so we got 2 shifts. Jake Brindle goes to the bench.
Yes,
I
sir.
like this. What you got, Drew?
Damn.
I think Kyle Shanahan's going to go with Williams, Banks. I think he's going to stick with Brendel because of his last few years being there, knowing the system and everything. I think Feliciano is going to start in right guard, and I think they are going to go with McKivitz to start the year. Now, granted, injuries always happen. Not saying I wish anyone to get injured, but I want to see Pooney in there for sure. But Kyle's going to go with his core that he had last year. I really think, though, at least to start the year.
Now, keep in mind, Brendo has a knee tendonitis that is really messing him up,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and that can be the reason why
Pooney
I see
could play center too.
someone step up in the center.
So then put
Pooney's guaranteed to make the team because he's a Swiss Army knife. He can
put him at center and Feliciano at right guard.
If it ain't Feliciano, then I would like to go with Merchant, the center from Michigan. I know he's small, but the guy's tough.
Hey, chat.
He is a tough dude. I agree with you on that, Beto.
Pooney's athletic, though, so he can pull.
Yeah, that's what I want on my guard.
Pooney can pull. Yeah, he can pull.
But you can have the center pull now if you have him at center, and then you can have Feliciano, who's athletic, also pull.
But do you want to depend on a rook? Oh, well, they are rookies. Anyway, that's not.
Yeah.
Either way.
The center is the quarterback of the offensive line. Do you really want a rookie making calls?
They are.
And this is why I can see Brendo starting another year unless his knee is affecting him. Not because he's better.
Is why I wish that Weston Richburg had a healthy career because that motherfucker cold, bro. He just couldn't stay healthy.
He reminded me of Saturday for the Colts.
Bro. Because when he was in, he was money. That shit killed me that he couldn't play. I'll say this for me. I'll go Williams, Banks, Brindle, Pooney, and McKivitz. I just think that Pooney is going to show Kyle something he's just not going to be able to ignore. I'm really high on that kid. I think he is going to be a monster. And to be honest with you, as an honorable mention for right tackle, put Spencer Burford back at his natural position. See how he does. What's the problem with trying to see what he looks like in training camp? We rotate the offensive line all day anyway, So that's what I think. Honestly, the line stays exactly the same, just that Pooney slides in at right guard, and that to me might be the big thing.
Real quick, a shout out to Ma Lopez. Welcome to the chat, girl. I had a long time.
Hello. I'll say this. Now this one we're gonna start with Drew. We're gonna go up and around. We're gonna start with Drew. We're gonna go to Brandon, and I'll come back down.
Christian Ray trying to dip.
What the fuck are we gonna do about this Brandon Ayuk contract? Because I'm tired of watching these receivers keep getting fucking paid and running the goddamn tab up, and we're still sitting there twiddling our fucking thumbs.
Because we don't have money. We have to wait for June 2nd.
I know, Beto, you got it. It's coming to you, baby.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's all right. No, I'm gonna kick it over to him, and then we gonna rotate.
Just call me the Mexican pendejo.
I know you got good points.
Just call me the Mexican pendejo. Sorry.
That's all right. You're my pendejo. That's all right.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna be like Brandon.
Wait, hold on. Everybody put your mic up here.
Everybody put your mic.
Fuck you too, Beto.
Brandon's like, so I might as well not be seen either.
But go ahead, Drew. What do you think about
I
this
love
VA
you, Brandon.
situation, man? Because we got a lot of receivers getting paid, and they're just running these numbers up, man. We are getting fucking kicked in the ass.
I feel like an idiot, Dion. Go ahead, Drew.
In my mind, you pay him and you get rid of Debo. Plain and simple.
Thank you. That
Plain and simple.
I don't need to go because he said what I was thinking. Note to self, like I tell everybody else, don't play around in here. There's wild shit going on in there. You don't want to be in there too long. But that is it. I love it because at the end of the day, we got a guy who gets injured a lot, and we love what he does when he's healthy. But you got a replacement. I think Cowling is the replacement. B-Dubs, talk to me, man. What we gonna do about this damn contract?
So I ain't worried one bit. I know these motherfuckers are getting paid already. Just know by August, when preseason's about to start, or even training camp, I should say, Ayuk will get his money and we'll be fine. And if anything, next year, don't be surprised if Debo's gone. And what
Who cares about next year? It's this year.
Hold on.
Real quick too, is this is literally, I think, our last chance on trying to win the big one with the team that we have.
Yeah, with the team that we currently have.
Losing.
Debo's gonna retire after this year, probably. So yeah.
I think the Niners still have like 2 years.
I don't know, dude. He's all can't stay healthy every season, and he's just super tough, and he fights through it. But I wouldn't be surprised if he.
So what do you think, man? You think this BA situation? We think we get him paid, man? What's going on, Lefty? Talk to me.
This happens with a big Niner signing every single season. So I haven't paid any attention to the BA thing. I'm like, I'll know when it says that he got paid because it's the same fucking story every single season with different player. So I just ignore it because there's no point to worry about it because he's gonna get paid.
You gotta love Debo's, right? When Debo went up for contract, you're hearing all this shit on Instagram. Same thing with Ayuk. When Nick Bosa was, you didn't hear shit from Nick Bosa. You didn't hear shit from Fred Warner. You didn't hear shit from Kittle. All quiet on the front. And then the deal got done. The Niners have shown a structure of how they get things done. Now, this year, because of the Eric Armstead money, it's a little different. I do expect Ayuk to get paid early July. I don't expect he's going to make it to August. I think they're going to pay him within the first or second week of July. Once that money clears and becomes available to the Niners, they're going to take Ayuk because they really covet. It's like, I don't understand how these players really trip. Niners have proved that if they draft you and they develop you and they covet you, they're going to do everything within their power to get you signed. Bosa was the highest paid contract given out in Niners history. History. And he, even though he came close, but he played week 1. If they can get that done, I don't understand when Niner fans get all bunch in their panties about is Debo going to be there week 1. They understand the timing between him and Brock is important. Trust me, he'll get signed. He'll be part. What happens to Debo this year or next year? That's something that we'll have to wait and see. He can go, he can stay, but Brandon will get signed, and I expect him to get signed week 1 or week 2 of July. Mark my words. Save the receipt.
Okay. I got it. Okay.
Debo will not go anywhere this season at all. Putting that out there.
No. So
no.
I'm gonna ask y'all another question. We see this every year with the Niners when it comes to a contract. So with Mr. Purdy, will he be on the field week 1 next year, or will he still be holding out? Because you're not gonna play with that guy.
Based on the history, he'll play.
It's this year.
I think
he'll.
Look at how quick we were able to give Jimmy Garoppolo his money. Purdy has been way better than Garoppolo.
I didn't even deserve it.
Hey, Drew, that's a good point, bro.
That's true.
How fast we handed Jimmy that contract, it'll get done so quick because especially if he goes and does what he did these last 2 years, this season, done deal. Done deal.
Yeah, if he's an MVP
With a real offseason?
discussion or an old pro quarterback, Pro Bowl, another Pro Bowler, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They ain't messing around with him, bro. That's
Okay.
the engine of a car, bro. You don't mess with the
With
engine.
his story and everything, no way. Yeah.
All right. I like it. Well, hey guys, I gotta get out of here. I don't know if y'all gonna stay on and hang out for a little
No,
bit.
we're ending
I
it
got
right
a
now.
jam too. The wife already
All right,
texting me
so-
left and right.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. We're gonna end it here. Faithful, thank you for joining us in the chat. Appreciate
Yes.
the love.
Thank
and
you,
support.
everybody.
And we're back, ready to go for this season. And Drew, just to let you know, man, you're more than welcome to join us this season as well.
Anytime, brother.
We love guests.
Nice to
joining our
meet you,
show,
brother.
so-
It was
Yeah, very
honor
nice
be
to
on
meet
here,
you,
I
man.
appreciate all of you. It was
Hey,
awesome. So I was
And get
definitely
into
if you let
camp,
me.
fool. Get into camp. I want to see you in camp. Forget getting married.
Yeah, man. Yeah, CMC,
Yeah,
don't be
yeah.
coming in here hanging out with us. You supposed to be ready at training camp, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, and then Faithful,
Hey, look, we gotta title that as a show one time and see how many people we can get to
Dude,
get
Yeah,
to
for
come
real.
in.
we're gonna have. Let's see how fast they figure
Like,
it out.
hey,
We have a guest.
we got
sits in
CMC on the
camp
show, like straight
Put-
up, and see how
put-
many we
yeah,
can get.
okay, Drew, you got to do that. Put your name as CMC, and then in our title, we'll say special interview with
Bro,
special guest CMC. That'd be perfect.
I've got a
that'd
23
be
jersey,
gonna be some
9er
hilarious
jersey.
shit.
So I'll get a buzz cut and it's done deal for fun.
All
There
right,
you go.
There it is. We good.
All
We
right.
solid.
chat. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on all channels. All descriptions below. And then until next time, guys, go Niners. Peace.
Go
I
Niners.
know that.